What's up, guys? This is Simon. In this video, I'm going to talk about a little bit of a slightly controversial topic. It is a topic that everyone has experienced all over the world lately. It is the mask mandates. As you guys know, recently in the United States and other places around the world, mask mandates have become in effect again. In fact, in California, in Southern California, as well as the Bay Area, they're requiring mask mandates currently inside the stores of any indoor building. They even say that even if you are in your own home, it's considered a public space. If you're with other people, you should have your mask on. So comment below what you guys think about mask mandates as we get into this video. I'm not going to go ahead and pick a side whether they're right or wrong. I would like to hear from you whether or not mask mandates are legit, whether they work, and whether they should be mandated, say, in your home, in public places, indoors, outdoors, in schools, and everywhere else. Before I get further into this video, go ahead, hit the like button for me, and subscribe to my channel. As always, I appreciate it. Let's get into this masked video. It is kind of an interesting topic, these mask mandates. And in this video, I just wanted to go into the business perspective of business and restaurant owners now forcing people to wear masks indoors as well. And then when you're eating at a restaurant, it's a little bit weird because while you're eating, you could be masked off, yet while you're not eating, you have to be masked up or on. The theory, I guess, that raises question in my mind is if you take off your mask while you're eating for about 45 minutes having a glass of wine with your mask off, and then while you walk into the restaurant for that 5 to 10 minutes before you sit down, you have to be masked on. So for the majority of the time in the restaurant, you're not even protecting yourself, and yet it is a rule or requirement. I totally don't get that. Recently, I had a flight, and right next to me was this lady. Her husband happened to own a casino. Good for them. She was wearing one of these see-through masks with rhinestones or whatever. The stewardess mentioned to her that she had to remove this mask and put on one of the masks that looks like a surgical mask that she gave her with a pair of tweezers. So she held out these tweezers like so, gave her the mask, and said, you need to wear this one instead. This is about 10 minutes into boarding. A few minutes later, or a minute later, she gave her a drink. So the lady had to take off her fake mask, put on the surgical mask, and then a minute later take off the surgical mask, and then we had a drink, talked pretty much the whole time, sitting next to each other, not 6 feet apart or anything like that. And I thought it was funny because she became compliant for about 30 seconds to a minute, or maybe a couple minutes, and then the whole flight we were masked off. So what is the point of these masks? People ask if you could take them off to eat, and during that whole time you're maskless and you could spread the event. Recently there's been a question of vaccinations. People that have been vaccinated have been getting the new Delta variant COVID virus, which has been spreading like crazy. They say spawned this new mask mandate. People that have been previously vaccinated are getting COVID again.
It's true. We're all in danger.
To me, it raised the concern of what the point of a vaccination is. If you're not vaccinated, you're likely to get COVID. And if you are vaccinated, you are likely to get the new COVID Delta variant. You have to still wear a mask to not spread it. Even though you're vaccinated, you could spread it. And if you're not vaccinated, you could spread it and get it. The difference, I guess, people are saying is that if you had been vaccinated, the symptoms may not be as bad as they were if you were not vaccinated. So you're less likely to potentially die or pass away or get very sick. So the question comes about is, it's my choice in my body whether or not I get vaccinated, since the vaccine does not prevent people from spreading the COVID, getting the COVID. It literally became a my body, my choice situation. If you could spread COVID whether or not you're vaccinated, and if you are vaccinated, you still have to wear the mask, obviously, because you could contaminate someone or even get COVID from someone else. What is the point of the vaccine aside from the fact that it could be deadly to you? So if it's deadly to you, would it be your choice to get it? And I went and had this debate with a lot of people, some vaccinated, some not vaccinated. And a lot of people have raised the concern that if you're not vaccinated, you're potentially a danger to society and you are potentially a super spreader, you will spread this disease, etc.
I need you guys to put on a mask. Please.
No, thank you. I'm okay.
Please. Okay, so then can you please leave? Because our sign says that it's required to wear a mask. So I need you to leave if you're not going to put on a mask.
now that people that are vaccinated getting this same spew of that they can spread the disease, I really don't know what the point of the vaccine is. So let me know in the comments below whether or not COVID vaccines should be the choice of the person, or are they deadly for the world and they should be the choice of the government to mandate it. Another crazy thing recently in San Francisco, a lot of bars, there's a bar union of 500 plus bars. They said that in order to come in, you have to show proof of vaccination or a COVID test, much like you would have to if you're flying internationally.
Today, in some places, getting carded means you have the COVID-19 card to prove you got a vaccine. There's a growing number of restaurants and bars in the city of San Francisco which actually require customers to show proof that they've been vaccinated in order for them to enter the establishment.
As a business person, I think that completely does not make sense in terms of getting your customers in the door and serving them drinks or food, etc. So bar owners are going to struggle even more, having to now almost police any individual that's coming into the bar, whether or not they are vaccinated. Again, this would completely make sense if unvaccinated people were only likely to obtain the disease and spread it. But it looks like vaccinated people are also now able to spread the disease, get sick from COVID. Why even require a proof of vaccine or a COVID test to enter a bar?
Think about it.
On top of that, now bars have to be masked up when people walk in. You enter the bar, you have to wear your mask as soon as you sit down and drink your beer. I know people are saying mask up, mask down, and sip. But even so, while you mask down, anything could happen.
Oh my God!
I want to know in the comments below from my followers and anyone that watches this video if it makes sense to you. I want to know your opinion on it. All comments are welcome. If you're walking into a hospital and you're seeing sick people, or maybe you are around the elderly in a senior home, I get it. Masks can prevent maybe someone from getting sick. It makes sense. That's why doctors may wear it during surgical operations, but they remove it when they're not in surgery. Lastly, masks in schools.
This is the way we choose our mask, choose our mask, choose our mask. This is the way we choose our mask. And there we go. Mask, mask, choose our mask. Mask, mask, choose our mask.
As a father of 2 kids, I don't get the fact that kids need to wear masks in schools. If you know anything about kids, whatever they wear that day gets extremely filthy, sweaty, dirty because they're climbing up the play structures, they're falling down, they're rolling in sand, and they're doing all these crazy things that you did as a kid. So if you look at their masks at the end of the day, they are black and filthy inside, yet they're being forced to wear these masks and they're afraid to take them off. In fact, I have a niece that won't go anywhere without a mask because she's so worried about other people's opinions, whether it's authority, teachers, police, etc. I don't get that. Comment below if you're for masks in schools on your children, or if you're completely against masks in schools and they should be able to breathe freely. On top of that, there have been cases where someone wearing a mask in PE or physical education fainting from not having enough oxygen in their brain. And I don't get those people at all. People that are running on the street, jogging and running, and they have a mask on. That's insane to me. I have a hard time breathing running around the block. Maybe my lungs aren't as big or capacity isn't as full, but when someone runs around, they should not be in the mask. That's my personal opinion. If you're going hiking, I don't get the fact that you're wearing a mask because you're getting fresh air from the outdoors. You shouldn't prohibit that. And let me ask another question. Have you smelled your breath waking up in the morning?
What you mean?
There's germs in your mouth. So you're breathing those germs back into that mask. And if you reuse that mask for a day or 2, etc., some people leave those masks in your car. I find that to be gross. However, I respect the opinion of, everyone out there to give me feedback and give us feedback of why they should or should not wear masks. So comment below and share your thoughts as well. Anyway, that is the mask mandate. I just don't get it. So for example, if I went on an airplane and I had to wear it all time, no drink, no food, etc., that makes sense. But if I could take my mask off for 60-70% of the flight, but I have to put it back on after, that doesn't make sense to me. So leave the comments below. I love these type of debates and topics from both sides, so hopefully you engage in them, and I look forward to catching you here in the next video. Hit the like button for me and subscribe to the channel. As always, I appreciate it, and I hope all these businesses survive with the new mask mandates and potentially other rules that are coming about. Catch you guys here in the next video.